I think that as a world traveler now, going from the US to Europe, the worst time to travel is definitely in the winter. Last year, or this year actually, to get to, I went home for Christmas. I went home to see my family in Miami and in Jamaica. And I had 2 weeks, which is a short amount of time for that long of a distance for one. And then the first thing that threw me off guard was the fact that I had 2 layovers. And usually, especially over the summer, when there are a lot of flights, usually I would go somewhere to Switzerland or Germany, and then from there go straight to Miami. But this time, I mean, the flights are more expensive because everyone wants to go home for Christmas. And then on top of that, they gave me these 2 layovers. So now I was stopping in Germany and somewhere in the US before getting to Miami. And with a 6-hour time difference, you get tired. I left Croatia somewhere in the afternoon. By the time I got to Germany, that's only a few hours. But then I had the 9-hour flight to get to North Carolina. And then by the time I got there, I was already ready to go to sleep. I was exhausted. But then I still had to wait another 3 hours for my following flight, which would take me to Miami. And on the way back, it was even worse. 2 weeks after that was when I left, right? And then coming back, I first stopped in Newark, in New Jersey, and there had just been a really big storm there because it was winter, and there was just really bad weather for a good week or so, and it was just exactly that week when I had to travel. And because of this storm, going out of Miami, I told them, I said, well, if there's going to be problems, I would much rather stay in Miami and get stuck here than go to New Jersey and get stuck there for a day, right? They're like, no, you'll make it. We'll call somebody. We'll have someone come and pick you up, and there'll be somebody at the gate for you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right, fine, you guys know best. I only had a 2-hour layover to begin with before my following flight, which was going to take me from New Jersey to Europe. So I got to New Jersey at 8 o'clock. My following flight was supposed to leave at 8:05. There was no one at the gate like they said there would be. There were probably like 20 of us on that flight that had international flights afterwards. Chaos. Running through the airport, taking a bus and a tram and going outside and coming back inside. You know, you're going crazy, you're frustrated, you think you're going to miss your flight. And I knew it was going to be difficult because I told them that I was going to have that problem. So that's what I did. Literally ran from one side of the airport to the other and made it. You know, if I wasn't an athlete, I probably wouldn't have made it on that flight because I was sweating when I got there. And then, so I stayed, you know, calmly until the next flight, got to Germany, had another flight to Croatia, and then I was there, you know, the following day around 11 o'clock, but then they lost my bags. Because of that short time period in between flights, they didn't have enough time. I might have gotten to the gate, but they didn't have time to get my bags there. So, I mean, those 3 weeks, honestly, in total, were just chaotic for traveling over Christmas and throughout the winter.